What's going on YouTube? Ozzy here for Auction Finds episode 2. We are at the auction today, but today we are at a different auction. We're usually at Mayhem, but today I decided to take it to Odessa and see what Odessa is talking about. So first things first, upon arrival I realized that all cars are lined up here and they got a lot of inventory. So before we even get into it, I'm gonna need y'all to like, comment, subscribe, share, and let me know how it go, because I'm gonna let y'all know how it go. Look at all these cars, and they got the popo riding around, but we ain't never scared. So like, comment, share, subscribe. Let's get into it. Let's go. When I say anything comes to the auction, anything, this thing is burnt to crisp, and believe it or not, somebody will buy it. Somebody will buy this. That was the engine. That was the seats. This car was in flames. Crispy, toasted. It's crazy, but it can happen. At the end of the day, if you think your car is burnt down and it ain't worth nothing, it still goes somewhere. Where? That's between the car and God, but it'll end up at the auction and somebody will buy it. One man's trash is another man's treasure. So I always wanted an STI. I know it ain't nothing special, but I always wanted an STI. This is a 2019 with 80,000 miles. I just always wanted an STI. I just felt like these cars were just so badass. And I don't like Subarus like that. I really don't. Let's kick it up and see. I always wanted an STI. I just felt like these were just badass cars and they were like super underrated. Let's push the seat back. It smells amazing in here too. Sink the clutch. Not bad. I don't know. Like, I just always felt like these were just like good cars. They didn't get this stilo that they usually got. My glasses is talking to me. They didn't get the stilo that they usually. Cancel. Sorry. Yeah, they didn't really get the stilo that they usually were supposed to get. We're gonna take this for a spin. Is there anything wrong with this one? Nope, I ain't stalling out now. They be coming for my stick shift skills. Little do you know, I learned how to drive my stick. You feel me? I learned how to drive on stick, so can't come from my stick shift skills. But these cars, they typically they look good to me, in my opinion, but they didn't do too well in my opinion. They didn't do too well. Like, it rides good, it's comfortable, somewhat spacious. I'm a tall guy, so like, you know, space matters for me, but you don't really get too much hype around these STIs. Back in the days, yeah, I don't know, maybe because we're in the era of foreign. I don't know. So I thought this was the majority of the auction, but Odessa has Odessa Clear. Now this is where the good shit is at. I didn't know that. So we gonna check the good shit. Copy. You know, sometimes, I wanted to just say real quick, sometimes us as humans, we fear change. We get comfortable somewhere, we feel like that's just where it's at, that's where we need to be. But, you know, what can you say? I don't think I can go in here. It says authorized personnel only. I don't see nobody in there, and I don't want to be made an example of. So, I don't know. If I see a worker here, I ask, but gotta be very careful in these auctions, because they'll do anything to get your ass kicked out. For real. So, I'd rather not take a chance. But I just see workers going in there, so I'm gonna stay my ass out. Got the Ghibli. a lot of budget cars in this auction. Maybe I'm just not looking in the right place. I'm gonna hop in one of these cars and ride around and see if I can find something more enticing. Like, I'm seeing a lot of budget things. Like, what is this? We're gonna use this to get around. Lexus is still a Lexus. This is a 22 RCF. So this is not an RS350, it's an RCF. So that means it's V8. Looks good though. I like the back. Lexus could get pretty boring. Like, this one sounds good, but Lexus, they do it to the point where it's pretty tight too. Lexus does it to the point where, like, it sounds good and everything, but it does it to the point where you can't do nothing to their car, so it's pretty boring. Sounds amazing, actually. Sounds amazing. Has a, headline and everything, but Lexus is boring. Like, technology-wise, Lexus is boring. For clear example, why is there still a CD player? In the world of CarPlay, Apple Connect, whatever, Android Audio, everything, why is there still a CD player and not automatic standard CarPlay? Does this have CarPlay? No. For 2022, mind you, it does not have CarPlay. This was 2-3 years after the pandemic. If it's a 2022, that means it was produced in 2021. That's a year after the pandemic. Why is there still no CarPlay? Why is there still CD players? CD players phased out a long time ago. All right, we in business. We got a little air. We are in the Model X. And let's just take a quick browse around the auction. And let's just see what the auction's here for. I'm not really too familiar with this auction. So I don't know. I hate the way these things drive. All right, shut up. I don't know where most of the good cars is. Like, people are here walking around and they know where the good cars are at. Me, I don't. Yeah, but that Land Cruiser, that's the one for me. So we're gonna see. But anyway, we're not shopping for me. We're shopping for two auto broker customers I have, and I want to see what they got up in here. Range Rover. Look at this TRD Tacoma Taco. This thing's lifted up. Look good too. It look good. Taco sauce only. It's clean. This thing smells good inside. Whoever had this, they took care of it. You can just tell by the way a person keeps the smell of their car and what they did to their car. They took care of this. They probably traded in for something else, maybe bigger. And that's why it's at the auction. Let's get to this. Carrera, I hope it's stick. Nope. If it ain't stick, I ain't driving it. 03 Carrera. As a kid, I wanted these two, but they dated horribly. They age horribly. So if you ever do this, it has to be souped up like turbo or whatever. This might, I see the wheels. You can always tell with a Land Cruiser what's what by the wheels. So these wheels are like the 03 wheels. I do my research on these because I'm going to get one for sure. This one has a lot of rust. You also got to be careful with Toyota. Older Toyotas have rust all through the wheel well. You got to be careful because if that rust is on the frame, forget it. I'll stay away from this one. Rusted out. This car came from up north somewhere. It's beat. The last one was way more cleaner. Does it kick right up? And this has more miles, 196. The last one was 112. Start up, it's kick up, but that rust, stay away from it. You can't really change the chassis, and if you do, it's crazy expensive. You have a bottle of .3. That means it's leaking brake fluid. Something's kicking over when you cut it off. Stay away from that one. It's hot out here. Those things have a habit of the master brake cylinder, or clutch or something goes bad, and it's very expensive to change. Thousands and thousands, like 4,000 or 5,000. In my opinion, not worth it. And that's probably why it's here at the auction. Every car's at the auction for a reason. Some may be good, some may be bad, some may be big, some may be small, but yeah. Audi Q8 with a burnt out wrap. I always love these two. I'd rather go RSQ8. This is a regular base model Q8 2018. This wrap is burnt out though. Could be a sign that it's a down south car. This is the previous owner. Empty out your cars, people, before you sell it. I get it, you know, you're moving fast, but you don't want nobody knowing who you were. These are nice, these are cool too. The souped up versions are like basically Lamborghini Urus. So Odessa is a part of Carvana, so they get a lot of cars from like people that are trading their cars in. Yeah, we got electric hum over here. So this is the lot that I thought I couldn't come in. I could come in here. Fully electric. I washed about 2 of these before. They're cool. They're huge, but they're cool. This looks badass though. This is me with a nice 10 and some wheels. And these are the ones that can do the crab walk. That basically means walk to the side. We'll take you for a ride. So yeah, the resale market on electric cars are horrible. The only way you really get in a bang for your buck is if it's a Tesla. So keep that in mind if you're thinking about, you know, keep that in mind if you're thinking about basically buying an electric car and you don't want to keep it for long. The wholesale market on these things is horrible. But I see why everybody goes to Manheim, because you know, the selection is a little bit more broad. I love the business, man. I love the business. The car selling business is no joke, but it can get annoying sometimes, but I love the business. Something's going on with this top. Looks pretty neglected and stuff, so. Does it kick over? Let's see. Step on the brake. Nope, this thing is dead. Dead like a doorknob. I still want one of these. These things was just the best. So much bang for your buck with this car, man. You got so much bang for your buck with this car, man. Yes, sir. I will be at Odessa next time, though, when I'm looking for more inventory, because I see some cars that are well in my budget for certain things. So as you know, we in that big boy. We in the big boy, 63. I have the glasses. If you guys are not following me on Instagram and TikTok, you guys are doing yourself a disservice. Follow me on all socials. Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, Ozzy Auto. What's going on with that seatbelt? It's my YouTube. Mr. Cars and Cardio is my TikTok and my Facebook and my IG. I'm heavy on the Instagram stories. I'm heavy on TikTok stories. I'm heavy on YouTube shorts. I'm heavy on YouTube posts. I'm on everything. I'm coming for everything this year. Car right here. I'm gonna use this as my thumbnail. Y'all gonna see. If you like, comment, and subscribe, you will see the thumbnail. But yeah, ain't too much going on in here today, man. Auction Finds episode 2. Odessa's cool. Will I be back? Certainly. I just know you gotta know what you're doing and how you're doing it and why you're doing it. So I know when I'm looking for certain cars at a certain price range, I'm gonna check Odessa. Because, you know, Manheim is cool, but Manheim fees is wild. I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one. Auction Finds episode 2. Let's go.